Hey guys, Nancy here. Lots of people were asking about how I did my tree on the black canvas, so I'm going to attempt to show you how to do that. Hopefully it will turn out okay. I will probably do it a little bit different than the other trees so I can have a series maybe started. So I'm just going to get started. What I'm going to be using during this painting is masking fluid, which is this stuff here. It's Winsor & Newton. It's just one that I've had for years, so that's the one I'm going to use. I'll be using lots of alcohol. I will be using mostly diluted Pinata alcohol inks. They're diluted in alcohol. I usually fill one of these things up and put maybe 10 drops in, but you can put as many in as you like depending on the brightness of the color that you want. If you want it like pastel-y color, put less drops in. If you want it like bright and vibrant, put more drops in. I usually put about 10 drops into one of these. It's an ounce bottle. I've got a few smaller half-ounce bottles, and I just do the same thing. I do it to the color that I want. You can dilute it that way. I will be using straight up Pinata yellow and maybe some Baja blue that is straight up ink. I will be using diluted Pinata Blanco white. I might put a little bit of straight up white in there. I'm not real sure just yet. We'll see how it turns out. It is important to know that when you dilute your inks, they will dry on your canvas a little powdery. So when you go to remove your masking fluid after you've got your inks down, try not to touch your inks where they lay, because they will smear a little bit because they're kind of powdery. That'll all fix when you spray your Kmart varnish and your UV protectant. Excuse me. So I'm just going to start drawing out my tree, hopefully. I did the other one on this side, so I think I'm going to come from this side. And I think I'm going to make it a little bit of a leaner. So I just like to draw it out. Got a little bit of a bubble in there. Just draw however you want your branches to go. I like to just make lines so you can see a little bit of bark. I got a cold going on, so my voice is going to be a little breaking up here. To draw. I apologize for my voice. Every time the weather changes, my body doesn't like it. It's a little chilly here today. So just draw your tree out, just like that. Draw you all kinds of funky little branches. I love using the little bottle with the needle point on it. It works really well. Some people use paintbrushes, and you can. You just need to really mark them with some liquid soap so the masking fluid doesn't stick. Just so the masking fluid doesn't stick. Come on. There it goes. My bottle's got a little bit of a, doesn't want to come out for me. So I'm going to have to get a needle because it doesn't want to come out. It does dry, so you have to think about that too. Sorry for the noise. I'm trying to find a straight pin. If it gets clogged at all, you just find the hole and stick a pin in it, and you should be good to go. Should be good to go, I'm going to say. Just do a few little... It doesn't want to come out. It doesn't want to come out. It wants to stop me from videoing. I don't know why, but see if I can get it. There it goes. I'm just going to do some funky little... It doesn't want to pour. This is what happens when somebody requests and you're trying to do it and it just doesn't want to come out. That's terrible. All right, let's see if I can open this one. Anyways, you got the gist of that, right? I'm going to pause the video. So, because this has to dry before you can do anything else. So, I'll be back momentarily with a little bit more masking fluid on there, hopefully. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so I had a little bit of drying in my needle tip, and I had to take it apart. And as you can see, it's not completely dry. When it dries, it will be clear. Hopefully you can see that as I bend the canvas for you. But for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and start pouring. For future reference, you should really let it dry. I've got some really thick areas that are stuck to the canvas, but they're just raised a little bit more than the other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring my inks on, and hopefully we're going to make a pretty tree. You never know. I'm going to turn it to you this way, and we're going to pour the inks horizontally. Also, I meant to tell you that to keep the canvas stiff for you, I just cut out a piece of cardboard and put little tabs on there so I could pull it in and out so it's easy to remove. So let's just pour some colors. I'm going to use magenta. I really like the magenta. And when you put it in alcohol, it does separate a little bit, so just shake your bottle just a little bit to make sure you're getting your full effect of your inks. So I'll start pouring. Just going to let it pour across. I like to do it on paper towels because I like to use the paper towels. Just wherever you want magenta to be, just start pouring it. I'm going to use a little bit of teal. I think it's called teal. It's a little teal. But you just pour it. Wherever you so gingerly want it. I'm going to do a little bit of orange. Across the sides just a little bit. Just playing with it. I'm going to let it move. Just bounce it back and forth. Get your colors all wherever you want them. A little bit of yellow. I like when the yellow and magenta mix because they become a really, really bright orange. So there's that. I want some regular Baja Blue. It's diluted, but you just pour in areas until you've filled up your canvas with inks. Hopefully you can see that it's being poured across there. So I'm just going to take my alcohol and I'm just going to pour it across a little bit so I can bring the ink back down this way where I started pouring. Just turn it around for you and let it drop. Just let it all drop. And then you take your diluted white, if I can find it anywhere. There it is. And you just pour it. And just let your colors show up. Just let your colors show up. Like I said, it's probably not going to come out just as the other one did. But this is the process that I did. I'll pour some straight up yellow ink here. Just because I like it. Let it move. I want a teeny bit of blue in different areas. Just playing with it. Until you get what you like. That's all. That's all you do. I think it's kind of cool. But it might not be the thing for you. I definitely like it a lot. I'm hoping that I have some more white here. You have to remember your diluted white really separates. So it's important to shake that really well. Just let it roll. You get some fascinating effects from playing with alcohol inks. Just some fascinating effects. So after you get the depth of whatever you're wanting. You let it dry really good. Just let it dry really good. Let's see exactly. I think I want a little bit of blue going across the bottom. I mean the top. Sorry. A little bit of teal. Running its way through. Just bounce it around, bounce it around. Let the colors come out wherever they're going to come out. And if it stops a little bit like that, all you have to do is pour just a little bit of alcohol on it and let it go. Let it move. This is my process. So I'm going to pause the video, let this dry, and then we'll remove the masking fluid for you. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, so I let it dry just a bit, and I used my airbrush to make sure my inks were dry. It's really bright in color, don't you think? It's really kind of bright. So I'm going to try and attempt to remove the masking fluid now. You can either use, if you have access to dental tools, they're kind of cool, or you can use tweezers to get the masking fluid started. But you just start, find an edge, and you just start pulling it off. However much you have on there, you just start pulling it off. My inks are not completely dry, like through and through, or I would just rub it off. But you have to remember, like if you're using straight up inks, you can rub it off. But if you're using really diluted, it's not really safe because, like I said before, your inks become powdery. So anyways, this is my process in making my trees on black canvas. I think it's kind of cool. You just pull everything off that you can get off. And somehow or another, a tree appears. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. So, I don't know how important it is to get every bit of the masking fluid off. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it all off on my other one. And it resined just fine. But the masking is a little shiny, so you can sort of kind of see where you put it. Sort of kind of. You might need glasses. I don't know. Just trying to find the edge of it and pull it off. And make your tree. lot of masking fluid on here, didn't I? Pick that up so I don't smudge it. The colors are definitely different than my other one. They're in the same color tones, but they just landed differently. I don't know if I'm going to get that one off of there or not. I might have to work a little bit harder on it. I know I have some here somewhere. Just don't want to smear it. Sometimes it's a good plan to remember where you put it. Come on, pick up. I think there's some more here. A little bit here and a little bit there. I don't think that's it. But it's always cool trying different things. I'm not one that just continues with the same path over and over. I like to experience new things, have new adventures. I hope you do too. Really, I do. I think that's what art is all about, is trying new stuff and experiencing lots of smiles and like aha moments when you complete something that you just really, really love. I think that's important. I see a piece here. I'm going to go against my thought process and I'm going to rub it a little bit. I just don't want to smear it too much. It will rub. Can you see how it kind of comes off on your fingers? There's some more there. I just can't see it, so I have always, since I was 24, since I lost my central vision, I see with my hands mostly. So just be real gentle and you can feel the uplifted areas. I used to clean houses for a living. I have one left. She's a wonderful lady, so I just kept cleaning her. I always cleaned with my hands. All my surfaces I knew were clean when I ran my hands across them. So this is kind of similar. Kind of similar. Just going to barely touch it. About something there. If I can get a hold of it. Got it. There. Anyway, this is my process. I'm going to pause again, hopefully, and I'm going to take it out and spray it with some Kmar so you can see the shiny effect of it. I think there's some there. Anyways, I'll be back with it sprayed. All right, guys. So I've sprayed it with the Kmart sealer, and I put just a little bit of glitter in it. Hopefully you can see it. I tried not to get it on the ground portion, but I see a couple. Anyways, this is what it looks like before it is resined, and I think it's pretty. Here's my other one. It's like the resin just makes such a huge difference in your artwork. The back of the canvas is very hard. It's in good shape. Resin is heavy, so it's not a terribly light piece of artwork now, but it is pretty. This one will be, I think, just as pretty once the resin gets on it. Wish I had just taken my finger and smudged a little bit of it, but I think it's okay. Trying to get some glitter off the bottom side of it. So there's my tree analogy. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you can like it in other places that I post it. But I'd love to get your feedback here and tell me what you think. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm going to say peace out to you.